Good evening, everyone. Dr. Freedom here with a Times from Doctor Who News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a deeply strange, confusing, and almost fear-causing level that could make you jump up and go, ooh, that tingled. Oh, yeah, was that Freddy Krueger? No, that's the BBC. That's right. Let's start off. Let's get into it. Let's get onto it. Let's hit right at the beginning, shall we? That's right. The BBC has officially gone on the warpath. BBC court action is now being taken against the quote-unquote Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who leak. All right, BBC has asked the U.S. court to compel California-based website to produce records which could identify who leaked footage of the next Doctor Who series. The 53-second clip featuring new Dr. Jodie Whittaker and two still images of the actor were shared on Tappa Talk a week ago. Now, BBC Studios said it, quote, takes, quote, theft and legal distribution of our content extremely seriously, and they filed an application with the California federal court. A spokesperson added that BBC Studios, quote, will strive to protect our program makers, audiences, and license fee payers from any breaches of security, ensuring Doctor Who fans enjoy the final and fully completed version of the episode when it airs. Now, originally, I was believing this might be, this was not a deliberate leak. Then some friends of mine were talking. Then I was leaning towards, okay, maybe it was a deliberate leak. But now this pretty much puts the kibosh on the deliberate leak theory. Now, this means that, yes, somebody out there got a hold of this stuff and let the cookies out of the cookie jar, so to speak. All right, BBC Studios began an investigation as soon as it made aware of the unauthorized leak. It is now understood that the unfinished clip had temporary music and had not gone through the process which determines the final visual look of the scene. That may help investigators identify the part of the production chain where the leak originated before it was uploaded to Tappa Talk. Now, it also appears that a small number of individuals on an different online platform, Discord, which is often used by gaming communities, had seen and discussed the short scene almost a week before it leaked publicly. BBC Studios moved quickly to ensure the Tappa Talk link was disabled and to remove the clip from social media platforms and video sharing sites. Let me interject here. To the point that they were censoring videos that didn't even show the footage or the pictures, which, by the way, they're technically not allowed to do, but YouTube let them do it anyway. Some fans online have speculated that the BBC may have planned to show a finished version of the clip at San Diego Comic-Con, and that is what I'm leaning towards right now, especially with the fact that they're going to the trouble of filing legal action. If they're this pissed off, I think this is because this was supposed to be shown at San Diego Comic-Con. And let's just say it didn't work out the way they planned. Jodie Whittaker and other members of the cast and crew are due to make an appearance at that convention later this month. It's not the first time Doctor material has appeared online earlier than planned. In 2014, BBC Worldwide apologized after scripts and footage from Series 8, by the way, were accidentally placed on a publicly accessible server. And that's back when you had the great Series 8 leak. And in 2005, an individual who allegedly leaked the first episode of the revived drama was sacked following an investigation. All right, the problem is this. Once the genie's out of the bottle and it's on the internet, everyone and their grandmother has downloaded a copy of it. There was no way they were going to stop it at that point. Why they're doing this, now it's way too late. The damage is done. And if this person had half a brain, they probably uploaded the Tappa Talk from, about 100 miles from their house at an internet cafe with a laptop that later they discarded. So you're probably not even going to find who this is because anonymous accounts are very easy to create. Moving on, is there a Doctor in the house? Actually, there might be 3 Doctor Who stars at the Emmys this year, and that, of course, is Matt Smith, David Tennant, and Peter Capaldi. Capaldi, of course, up for Twice Upon a Time. Tennant's up, I believe, for his roles reappearing as Kilgrave. And, of course, Matt Smith for being such a great janitor and cleaning up the gum off the bottom of for the Crown. Hello, Grandma. Doctor Who's Susan, actress, wants to meet Jodie Whittaker on screen, and she alluded to this, I believe, in Doctor Who magazine and her Out of the TARDIS bit. And she said, wouldn't it be fun? What would I say to her? Hello, Grandma. Jodie's got a very strong presence, she added. I saw the moment she arrived, and I've been thinking about it quite a lot. And the thing is, we've all been wanting Carol Ann Ford to make a reappearance as Susan since she left in 1964. Now, remember, she did reappear in the Five Doctors, but that was really, really stunted. It really was. It's like, oh, here's my granddaughter, Susan. Yep, I know. Big deal. And then, of course, Dimensions in Time, which I don't like to mention. That's the one that really should not have happened. But the thing is, she should have been in the 50th anniversary special, a.k.a. Era of the Zygons, the 8th anniversary special. But, of course, none of that happened. Okay, moving forward, moving on. Jodie Whittaker and Eleanor Thompson show off their blah, blah. Now, Mandip Gill attended this event with her as well, and unfortunately, I couldn't find any pictures of her with Mandip in this collection. It's mainly Jodie showing off her dress and this lady here showing off her dress. So this one's not a biggie. It's just, yes, she was there that day for this particular event. Hoopy ding dong shit. Moving on. Tom Baker says he was diminished by Doctor producer who caused him to quit. And of course, as most of you folks out there who are old style Whovians know, Tom Baker's vision of the Doctor and John Nathan Turner's was like oil and water. It was not going to work. Matter of fact, you have John Nathan Turner to thank for the question marks on the frickin' collars, the frickin' red outfit, which I never really liked. It was okay. It wasn't bad, but this kind of killed it for me right here. Those stupid ass question marks on the collars, I just could not get into. So, also the magenta maroon, or I mean the dark red outfit, we'll just call it. I much preferred his earlier clothing to that one, but you know, this was Nathan Turner. He had to have his bright colors. I don't know. Maybe he thought that Doctor Who, you know, costuming and all that and wardrobe should resemble something that came out of a Crayola box. But he goes into this a bit more right here and all that and why he finally left. Okay, from the archive, Doctor Who Season 12 Blu-ray edition. Now, the latest edition of this podcast from the archive is produced in association with Kaleidoscope, a nonprofit organization that recovers and restores classic television programs and focuses on the new Doctor Who Season 12 Blu-ray set. Now, I've been made aware that there's been some problems with the stereo sound on the Sontaran Experiment, as well as there are no titles or subtitles or infotext working on the Revenge of the Cybermen. So I've not encountered any problems because I haven't really fiddled with any audio settings. Matter of fact, I watched Sontaran Experiment last night and the dual mono works just fine. So, but apparently, yeah, some people were rather upset about that. But if you want to listen to this podcast, it's linked up here, or I believe it's also linked up here. So go give it a listen if you will. 13th Doctor comic debut. Once again, we've gone over this. It's about 13th Doctor Volume 0, The Many Lives of Doctor Who. And what I liked about it is, once again, you've got some preview images here you can go through and take a look at if you want to. Some beautiful looking artwork here. So be sure to go check this out. But on a sad note, Helen Griffin has passed away. A lot of you remember her as Mrs. Moore in Age of Steel, Rise of the Cybermen. She was only 59 years old. And like I said, it was just sad that, you know, she passed away. So, folks, that's all I had for you for tonight. Once again, the BBC has gone on the Warpath. They're out trying to find out, you know, who leaked the 53-second clip amongst the other pictures. And it's funny how somebody's name keeps coming prominently in that leak, yet I don't hear his name mentioned in the prosecution. But, well, what can you do? The thing is this. The damage is done. The genie's out of the bottle. And no matter who you find, what are you going to do? Smack them on the wrist and give them a fine? It's like, come on. You think you're actually going to push this to the point that even if you find the source of the leak, to prosecute this internationally is going to cost possibly millions of pounds. You're going to end up losing more than you probably would have if you just let it go. I'm not supporting and defending the leaker, but what I'm saying is this. You're going to end up costing the TV license fee payers more money just by prosecuting this to make an example out of someone than saying, maybe this was a good idea because of the fact there was little to no press. Everybody's been speculating for months on how Jodie's Doctor is going to act, and oh, look, now we have it. And by the way, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of haters out there who are now turning towards the Jodie side, so to speak, because of this clip. So withholding it, I don't know why, other than the fact that it must have been reserved for Comic-Con, And now they're going to split the SmackDown saying, oh, look, we lost out on our big surprise for Comic-Con. Okay, I'm rambling, I'm ranting, so I'm going to get on out of here. So take care, ta-ta, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. See you on the flip side, kiddies.